Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Tuesday, early afternoon research edition, okay? Trending story everywhere. Jada Pinkett Smith. Yes, she's still married, and Will Smith is helping her promote her new book. Damn! This is a tea sipper special. I have no choice, okay? Also, in my community section is a video of one of Tupac's fans, a white girl who gave a breakdown. Holy smokes! Receipts, dates, and details. And she's calling Jada Pinkett a liar. Now, salute to the white girl because she even says, excuse the way I look, I'm heated. She went in. She gave a breakdown with regards to a timeline when Tupac was convicted of you know what, when he was sent to Rikers Island, when Will Smith called Jada Pinkett when she was in Maryland in her brand new house and she never spent a night in the house because she jumped on the plane to go be with Will. Whew, child. In my community section, please just look at the video. It's not that long before you call in. And she gives a great timeline, again, of the lying, of everything that goes against what Jada is now claiming. Jada has a book out right now. She's promoting her book. I'm not going to read her book. I'm not hating, but I'm just, I think she's like many people when they get older, they romanticize about things from the past. So you have to be careful. Also, her and Tupac grew up together, for those who know, in Baltimore back in the days. Tupac was born in New York, but he shifted. His family went to, he and his mother, went to Baltimore. He then went out to the West Coast. I forget the years and the dates, but he spent a lot of time in Baltimore. He was in acting school and other things, and that's how Jada knew him, as a nice guy, not the thug that we, grew to know, and a person who, if you ask me, she didn't accept his thug life persona. So, let me say early, I think that Jada had Tupac in the friend zone, going back to when, they grew up together. They never smashed. No, they didn't. She has now come out and said that there was no chemistry, intimate moments, That doesn't mean that they had sex. And I don't think she was feeling him like that. Now, again, he has become an icon, a matador, one of the greatest, not just rappers, but lyricists and visionaries. A visionary, okay? So now she's trying to make us think and feel and believe that they had some special bond. Yeah, they had a bond. You can see multiple pictures between them, and when you see Tupac hugging her, it's a genuine hug. This is my homegirl. No denying that. Most men have had some female that we were attracted to, And there's a special connection there that you'll always say, hey, she knew me when I was trying to get it. But females can be cold, vindictive, spiteful, and cruel. And I do believe, in my opinion, that's just my theory, she was not feeling him like that back in the days. I do not believe that Tupac proposed to her. I don't believe it. And if there is a small chance in hell, it was more than likely for business reasons, not for conjugal visits, because, again, they never smashed. What say you? Phone lines are open right now. Cash App, Super Chat, okay? I'm going to get back to the timeline. Again, it was a great breakdown of the female. White girl. She says she's a Tupac fan, and she went in balls deep. Now, my showrunner, let's take our time here. Dame Dash, met him one time. Good guy, man. He brought me and Buckwild in on the set of the Paper Soldiers film. They cut our part out. You know why. I don't want to go back into that. But Beanie Siegel was there on the set with us. Kevin Hart, Stacey Dash. I'm not here to kick Dame's back in. I am not. I liked Dame Dash's persona during the era of Rockefeller and the impact, and the aura of what he and Jay-Z were doing. And this interview, pardon me, that is the reason for my showrunner. He did this interview recently with Daquan Thomas, editor-in-chief of Vibe magazine and vice president of cultural media for MRC. I'm not sure if I know this guy. I met a lot of these guys back in the early days of my radio career, but I'm sober now, so I don't know. He and Dame Dash know each other. There is a historical connection there. And it's a good interview. It's not great. It's a good interview, but I think it's come too late in time. This would have been the interview if Dame did this a decade ago, But so much has happened. We've seen Dame on multiple occasions say sideways stuff about Jay-Z, Biggs. Yes, Jay-Z stopped speaking to Biggs. Yes, Jay-Z wanted to cut Biggs out. Biggs needed time to grow. I'll say that. Biggs had to go to the penitentiary before he got his mind right. Jay-Z manifested. He evolved. Hell of a businessman. And let's not forget, or in case you don't know, Jay is one of the most grimiest Brooklyn niggas I've ever met. In my life. A Brooklyn nigga through and through. What does that mean in detail? Well, you've heard me say I learned to be a total piece of shit on the streets of Brooklyn. When I moved to New York in 1981, I was already a douchebag. Confident, conceited, convinced. But I perfected, just being a backstabber, a rat on the streets of Brooklyn. I'm not calling Jay-Z a rat, but, shutting somebody down, watching them starve. Those are Brooklyn tendencies. Jay-Z epitomizes that. So, in reality, in my mind, Jay caught Dame, caught him lacking. And Dame's a thief. That's not just me saying that. Jim Jones and others, and even Dame said he stole. But now he wants to sit down, and this interview that he did with Daquan Thomas, it was too long. It was too much about Jay-Z. I said, oh my God, I couldn't even finish watching it. He said to Daquan, all right, I'll talk. It's just certain morals, principles. I have to stand with you. That's all bullshit. If you ask me, he's crying out. Now, do I think Jay-Z will sit down with Dame Dash? I don't know. Jay is now wearing locks. Oh my God. Jay could wear a turban and still be that grimy Brooklyn nigga. Can I get an amen early in the live chat? It doesn't matter what a Brooklyn nigga wears. If you're Brooklyn through and through, you're Brooklyn. I don't know if Jay will sit down with him. Guys, sit tight on the phones. I see you. Just let me get all this out. I don't know. Do you think for old time's sake he will? Well, on the Breakfast Club, I'm not sure when. Deeds, when did that interview, what year did that happen on the Breakfast Club? Was it 2013, 16? Jay said to the Breakfast Slop, I call him the Breakfast Slop, he said about Dame, because they asked him about Dame. Jay said, he's a smart guy. He'll figure it out. That's got to be one of the hardest lines I've ever heard. Thank you, Deeds. Deeds says 2013. And they've seen each other twice, Well, there was some party. What was that party at? They were at, and we saw the pictures, and Jay looked at him with a smile. And he's shaking hands, all that fly, 5 on the black hand side, cool shit. And then there was a concert that Dame called Jay and got tickets. Jay gave him tickets, and they were hanging out. So they had been in each other's company. But Dame needs a sit down to make it right, to make it make sense. And again, I'm not here to kick Dame's back in. Here's the last thing I want to say before I open up the floodgates here. To Dame Dash's credit, he was too helpful to a lot of bum-ass niggas. A lot of bum-ass niggas. He helped a lot of bum-ass niggas eat. And you see, that's the fault of, and I'll even say, people in the rap and hip-hop industry. Just because you put a slave chain around somebody's neck, you buy them a pair of fucking kicks, you take them with you when you go to the Canary Islands or the Bahamas, does not mean that that bum-ass nigga is worth your investment. And Dame admits in that interview, again, he says he's a sucker. That's one of his faults. The interview with Daytwan Thomas. I'm from an older generation, as you know. No. You got to earn it. I ain't giving nobody no fucking cosign. Earn it. Where I come from, New Jersey, Cosa Nostra land, you know this already. You pay the boss. You give the boss, a percentage of what you make, or else you get killed. How did hip-hop and rap music get it so fucked up? I don't know. Okay, phone lines, give me a second. Anything else I want to mention here this afternoon? Again, this is a research edition. Why is Sexy Red winning? Why is Sexy Red winning? And to all of you women of color, you beautiful women of color who support this machine, I appreciate you, but, you're doing too much on Instagram. Oh, Sexy Red is an industry plant. Well, she may be, but for some reason, she was the highlight of the goddamn BET Awards ceremony. Oh, females, grown women were in that audience. Ski, bust your head, bust your head, bust your head, right? Ski. Why are you gravitating towards the bullshit? Don't you know better? Why is there a teacher on Instagram with not high school, not middle school, but elementary goddamn kids? Ski. Anybody see that video before I go to the phone lines, huh? Damn near 15 kids with some teacher. Meanwhile, you got the little Asian kids out there on Instagram doing goddamn fractions, algebra, geometry, trigonometry. And then when they hit the little button to see if they got the answer right, that little green little frog pops up. The fuck? Let me bring this nigga in early. Florida boy Jay, big nigga, let's go. Talk your talk, big nigga. Florida boy Jay.
Nigga, listen. First of all, before we even go in there, I want to give you one update just to confirm it, because you asked me a few weeks ago. DDG did knock up Hailey Bailey.
Oh,
Hailey Bailey. One of the.
Hold on. Let's put some respect on this nigga's name. DDG. He got Hailey Bailey pregnant.
Yes, he did. And black women on social media are.
The Little Mermaid is pregnant. Little Mermaid is pregnant. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Sat her ass down. You get the bag. You run around. With Disney.
No. Don't sit her down. Girl, you gotta go to work. I'll watch the baby. You go to work. I gotta make these beats. I gotta produce. The baby stay with me.
Yeah, he's getting. Yeah. He's actually getting more money than her for his YouTube, his music, like what he's doing.
That's okay.
He's no bum.
That's okay. You go ahead and make Little Mermaid Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. Goddamn, I got the Similac. I got the Huggies. Bitch, go to work. Now let's focus, man. Jada Pinkett, the marriage proposal. Did you see the video for the boy Jay?
absolutely. I've seen the video. Salute to the white lady on TikTok for bringing the information and doing the science. Basically, she said that he proposed at Rikers. The white lady said he was only at Rikers for 3 to 4 weeks before he got transferred
to Clinton
Correctional Facility.
To Clinton, right.
Jada, right. Jada also said Will, same month in February 19th, called her and said, hey, I'm single because, I just got divorced from my wife.
Right.
I'm trying to cuff you. So, got her to fly directly from Baltimore, where she just bought a new farmhouse. She flew directly to L.A. that same month. Yeah. So what time did she see Will?
February the 19th, to be precise. The white girl broke it down.
Exactly.
February the 19th, 1995, Will Smith calls Jada in Maryland to make the biggest mistake of his life. Tupac was sent to Rikers Island on the 14th of February, 1995. Tupac was convicted on February the 8th, 1995. Let's go.
Yeah, so like I said before, the whole point of first sitting there lying and then already engaged to another woman before he even went to Rikers. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So how was he proposing to you and the same girl at the same time? Also, once he got out of prison, he got with Kadada Jones. Right. He was leveling up. He was leaving all the B-list, the C-list, women that he was, sleeping with alone. I'm going where the bag is, once I, if I can get out this death row contract, I'm about to be up. He wasn't looking at a Jada Pinkett. Right. And at the same time, he even, to keep it a buck, I'm going to keep it real with Jada. You over here with your book, you was selling crack in Baltimore. You was, rocking with Pac, this, and that. Every time she goes on an interview, it's just how much she loved Pac and how much she hates Will. Right. And it's at a point where I don't hear Kadada going on interviews. I don't hear his ex-wife doing interviews. I don't hear a lot of the women who were his girlfriends who, had their experiences trying to go on Vlad or Art or Dialogue, get in the bag. But she thinks it has some type of entitlement over him just because she knew that nigga before he had a notoriety. Yeah. That ain't right.
Now, hang on a second. What do you think about my theory that Tupac was in the friend zone with Jada? She wasn't feeling him. She knew him when he was a nice guy. We all saw a video with Tupac sitting there smiling back in Baltimore saying, these girls don't like nice guys. Remember that? Did you ever see that video?
Yeah, exactly. And he was breaking it down even when he was kind of famous until, certain songs start popping. The same club he'll be at that was empty will be packed the next week after Juice dropped or, Poetic Justice. Yeah. So Tupac already known the switch of women once you get some clout and before you get it. So I'm pretty sure if he wanted to be with Jada, he would have been with Jada. He had every opportunity. They were
no,
cool,
sir. No. Florida Boy Jay, if you think that, that's okay. I think that she had him in the friend zone, and like so many black women do, they think that a black man, they don't really know you. That I know the real you. I don't think she was feeling him like that. Now, hang on a second. Deeds, can anybody email me something on the woman who married Tupac? What a nice human being she was. I met her at Madison Square Garden. I was Keith Sweat and somebody else was on stage. And she came up to me and introduced herself. She was a really nice person. For that short time, she wasn't talking sideways. She didn't say, yo, can I come on this Star and Buck Wild show and air him out? She was a nice person. So let's go back. You're saying Tupac could have had Jada? Is that what you're saying, Florida Boy Jay? I say different. I say no. Friend zone.
When I say he could have had Jada, I say he could have had Jada at a certain point once he had the notoriety and he had the clout, and he was going on a different world. Now, what you're saying with the friend zone, I'm not even speaking on that. I'm just speaking on while he was alive. Okay. There was a window of opportunity. If he wanted to take it to date her, he would have. But he was curving Madonna and dating every A-list black and white female that you know. Even Mariah Carey wrote a segment in her book about when Tupac wrote down the window. You know what I'm saying? And spit some game at her. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I just feel like if Tupac was alive, him and Jada would be cool, but he would be in another stratosphere where she would be able to be in the same room or even claim to be around him because her career is no in comparison.
Got you. Okay. Before we talk about Dame Dash, who wants to sit down with Jay-Z, they have been going hard in the paint at you in my community section. Tell us about the post. The niggas is talking about Bussy, all sorts of crazy shit. You want the smoke. You said don't delete comments. and your platform, please, Florida Boy J.
Absolutely, and I just want to say thank you to the trolls for just going crazy in these comments. These some of the best jokes talking about the zest machines coming out there talking about fruity booty bandits, what else, zesty and juicy. These guys are going crazy. Couch couple. One of my favorites. Somebody said FBA Jerkio and Fat Van Lathan cheating too hard.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're going crazy. They're going crazy about my homie's pants. I guess they were too tight for the audience. But at the end of the day, they are coming to the channel. They're coming to that episode. The episode has over 400 views 4 days. Like I said, my channel right now, we just crossed over 100,000 views this month already. We just passed 3,900 subscribers.
Nice.
I'm at
Nice.
3,903. We got over 30,000 views the last 48 hours. So yeah,
Nice.
man, the trolls are doing what we need them to do, and I really appreciate it.
Okay, now Dame Dash.
Yeah, keep your foot on my neck. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, Dame Dash did an interview with Daytwan Thomas, editor-in-chief of Vibe magazine. Good interview. Just too much time spent on Jay-Z. This guy, he fanned out Daytwan Thomas. And Dame, he wants to sit down with Jay-Z. Should this happen, or should we all just move on and let it go? Florida Boy J.
Logically, we always say that, but Dame gets a bad rap because people are asking him about it. And every time somebody gets an interview with Dame Dash, they just can't help themselves, and they'll even press him to the fact where Dame, even in Breakfast Club interviews, and I've seen it time and time again, where Dame even asks him, like, dude, how many times you guys want to hear the same story? But these interviewers know, anytime we can rehash it, it's time for me to eat. It's time for you to tell that story on my platform so I can get the Dame Dash numbers and interviews.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we can't say that we're tired of it because that was Black history. What him, Big, and Jay-Z did
Good point.
is greatness, and it always should be talked about and celebrated with whoever was a part of it that wants to talk about it. Even when you see the Memphis Bleaks and the Camerons and everybody else speak on it, that was a moment in Black music that we won't probably see again in our lifetime. So there's no reason for us to say that we're tired of hearing about how niggas beat the odds, to be honest, even if they're not even cool anymore.
So the question, should Jay-Z sit down with Dame? Is there something that they need to resolve? That's the question.
Yeah, I think he does need to sit down with Dame Dash just for the simple fact that what's holding you guys back from doing business, or at least making things amicable enough so it just doesn't look the way it looks. Now, Jay-Z doesn't need to do it by any type of, Jay-Z doesn't get anything from it, and that's another reason why you won't see him do it, because as a businessman with Hov, if he doesn't see how it's going to help him or move the needle in his bag, why even address it?
Okay.
A guy like Dame Dash, on the other hand, he really wants Jay-Z co-sign away from everything being good, the same ops who don't rock with him opening up doors, and him being around him, because let's not act like one of the Rock Nation brunches happened. He's seen all them niggas flossing with Hov, drinking a champagne and zoot suit, and he didn't hop online with a hostage video with two white guys sitting on the side looking. So I don't want to hear all that. We ain't cool. I'm too cool for cool. When you dropped the hostage video about 3-4 years ago and flipped on Kenyatta like we talked about.
Yeah, man.
Kenyatta should be where.
Kenyatta, an honorable man, a knowledgeable man. He helped Dame get back on social media, right? And Kenyatta the barber, and Dame flipped on him for well, I don't want to say flipped on him for Adam 22. Dame tried to go hook up with Adam 22 until Adam 22 played him the fuck out.
And honestly, Kenyatta, being a real one, once he seen Dame, sit up there apologizing and making hostage videos, I think Kenyatta was like, yo, what are we doing? Yeah. We put the whole back behind the culture vultures. We're standing on this side. Right. They could have really been on the forefront of podcasting, content creation. Dame could have had the few connections he had to start doing exclusive interviews, giving Kenyatta looks. Kenyatta could have been the next Art, the next Vlad, and that bag just stopped just because he was too thirsty after a Rock Nation brunch, man. Come on, you had a book, Culture Vulture book. Use one guy. Y'all had live shows.
Hang on a second. I want to make sure that people know what you're saying. Dame Dash doing that apology thing, and not Kenyatta. Kenyatta, who I've spoken to on multiple occasions. Hold on a second. Hip Hop Motivation. I'm going to the website right now. Yeah, man, I'm looking at the channel. That channel was fucking lit, man. And that's when Dame was the secret to balling. That's when he was really. I thought he was making away, but he let that go. Anyway, okay, so you're saying yes, Jay should sit down with Dame Dash. Final thoughts for the boy Jay.
I'm gonna be honest. I would like to see him sit down with Dame Dash, but I can't even make a compelling argument why it would even benefit Hov to sit down outside of them, rehashing those Rockefeller days. I don't see how it could benefit Jay, but I would like them to.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you for the boy Jay.
Appreciate it. You have a great show.
Yes,
Thank
sir. Okay. Let me make sure I put some respect on this man's name, Kenyatta Griggs. Guys, if you don't know, let me put in the live chat the link to at Hip Hop Motivation. The secret to balling, man. I just hope we don't see Dame Dash go out like the white guy in the movie Fair Play. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The movie Fair Play. In theaters right now. There's a scene in that film, we've spoken about it, where the guy, I forget his name, gets on his knees and in front of his girlfriend begs another man for a job, for salvation. Oh, God. And then the guy says, well, I just gave the job to so-and-so. Are you done down there? Are you done? Dame, don't go out like that, my nigga. Before that happens, put the pistol in your mouth, all right? Now, let me just say this so that it doesn't seem like, we're kicking Dame's back in. Many of you are too young to remember, or maybe you forgot. Dame was the cakeaholic. Whoo! Dame was wearing suits before Kevin Samuels. Can I get an amen in the live chat, huh? Oh, he always had the tie matching the fucking handkerchief. Popping tags. Oh, the nigga used to talk about popping. Yo, I popped this tag. I throw this shit away. I guess I wear some new shit the next day. Remember that? The cakeaholic. Popping tags. And snapping on niggas. He snapped on all of those Rockefeller niggas, producers. You know that whole thing they do in the black culture. What do you call that shit? It's what is that called? It's like the mama jokes. What do you call that shit? The dozens, playing the dozens. Oh, he was a master of that shit. Sit tight, guys. I'm coming to the phones. John Flowers got your donation. Thank you so much. Ken, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in, sir. Early afternoon research edition. Lex Diamonds got your donation. Yo, fam, you good? You holding? Pardon self, beloved. Thank you, Lex Diamonds. Blade tapping in. Oh, Blade says Star snitching on Jada. Am I snitching? Blade? They never smashed, her and Tupac. She says they had no chemistry. That's her way of saying, if you ask me, I wasn't feeling him like that. We've all had somebody that we were feeling. And I'll even say Tupac was feeling Jada. When you look at the old pictures with him and her, he's kissing her as if, yo, this is my heart, my girl. And yes, she knew him. She knew him. And she probably didn't believe in him back in those early days of middle school, high school. He was a nice guy. He said in those videos that you can see him look at the camera. So I forget who was interviewing him. He said, yo, these girls don't like nice guys. I'm a nice guy. When he got his weight up and became the brilliant orator, actor, poet, rapper, and showman. And then before you know it, he was out of here. And then she started, oh, that was my heart. Thank you, Deeds. Hang on a second. Deeds sent me an email here with regards to Tupac's ex-wife. Pardon me. There she is. Keisha Morris. Does she do interviews, guys? What a nice person she was when I met her, because I was on some real bullshit back in my radio days. And I'm not ashamed of nothing. I said what I said, and if you didn't like it or don't like it, eat a dick. But she was very nice. Again, Madison Square Garden. Keith Sweat was performing. I forget who else. And she came up to me and said, "Hey, Storm, Tupac's ex-wife." Newt, I got your donation. Newt says Dame sneakers and Florida Boy J's shirt for a Halloween costume. Hey, Tara. Tara says Jada is a liar and a nigger. Thank you for your donation, Tara. Guys, sit tight on the phones. I feel like talking. Talking. Also, please go into the community section. The video is right there of the and I hate to keep saying white girl. Deez, what is that girl's name? I want to give her props. She's a Tupac fan. She broke it down. Oh, okay. Sit tight. I see you. Skylar Saunders. New Jersey Mac, I got your donation. Salute to you, sir. Jersey G got your donation. Dame has a nephew. Okay. Okay. I thank you, Jersey G. I don't know who that is. Dame is and was a boss. Maybe he burned too many bridges. Dame caught rape charges. Oh, Dame had a rape charge when he was like 16. And some girl at a camp was, I'll just say, very young. Anybody know about that? And then he caught a rape charge overseas. And Jay, being the Brooklyn nigga he is, he probably just said, this nigga's got too much baggage. Let's get him the fuck out of here. Let's go to area code 973. Research Edition. Tuesday, are you there? 973. In 5, 4, 3.
Hello?
2. Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you? What do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm from Scotts Plains, off Terra Road.
Oh, you're from, okay, you live there? Okay, Terra Road. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I live in Scotts Plains, off Terra Middle School.
Okay.
The thing with Jada Pinkett Smith, Wilson, or whatever, it's kind of confusing. Does he have, when she wrote that book, will have to agree to the things that she's saying in that book? So I feel like he's in on it as well.
Will Smith?
Yes.
He might be. There's no prenup between them, so Will is probably
because she can't.
I'm sorry.
She can't write a book without his. She can't write a book about somebody without their consent, right?
No, she can. She most certainly can. But Will is probably old school in terms of it's cheaper to keep her, and that I can respect. It's cheaper to keep her. She's got 2 kids. The kids are grown now. But at the same time, I'm not trying to get this little bitch half. You feel me? Come on.
Wow, that's just crazy because he looks unhappy. To be honest with you,
he's
dealing with her.
Yeah.
He should walk away. You might as well just walk away from it, because the longer he stays, the more money she gets if they end up having a divorce later on in the future. Correct?
I think well they've been separated for over 6 or 7 years, so technically he did walk away. I don't know if divorce is necessarily the right thing to do, because again, and I think they were married in California. I'm not sure. She would get about half of his fortune. So again, the old school pimp mentality was it's cheaper to keep her. I'll deal with the bullshit, and not have have to cough up, half of what I've achieved, assets, and this bitch is all in my business, So I hear what you're saying though, but walk away to do what? To marry someone else? I don't think he should get married. I think he should get married again.
I don't think nobody want to marry that after what he's going through. Who want to marry her?
Okay.
She getting of age, so I mean, I don't think nobody's gonna marry her. To be honest with you.
Okay.
She put herself out there too much for men to even want to deal with a woman like that.
Well, I don't have all the answers, but I'm sure there's a pimp somewhere that would latch on to her and try to pimp her. Put a wig on her. See if you can get something. But hang on a second before you go. Dame Dash did an interview. He outright says he's willing to sit down and talk with Jay. I think that too much has been said over the years. What say you? Do you care, Dame Dash, Jay-Z?
I don't think that if it's going to benefit the Dame Dash, not Jay-Z. Jay-Z, he's past that. He's past that. It's too much things that have been said. Mm-hmm. He moved on with his life. I think it'll be benefit Dame Dash, and to be honest, he's miserable because he want to be where Jay-Z's at right now. To be honest with you, but he's not. So that's why, to me, all these interviews he's doing, I'm pretty sure he's getting paid for it. So he's not where he want to be in life, and he's seeing Jay-Z doing his thing. But I think Jay-Z stopped. I think Jay-Z kind of blackballed him from achieving what he want to achieve. The same like Jay-Z's like, yo, make another Jay-Z. He haven't been able to make another Jay-Z since.
Yeah. Okay. How old are you, by the way? Just for research purposes, how old are you?
I'm 44.
44. Okay. I don't think Jay-Z is blocking him. I think that Dame may have rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and they just don't want the headache. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, other than his business model, of building Rockefeller, I don't know what else his true talent is. He's hustling knockoff Air Force Ones. He was a lead singer for some type of rock and roll country band or something like that. I don't know what else his talent is. But what do you think? Ultimately, should Jay-Z sit down with Dame Dash?
I don't think so, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because it's not going to benefit Jay-Z, so.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. Hey, you say you're in Scotch Plains, born and raised, or you just moved there?
I moved to Scotch Plains in 97.
Okay.
And then
That's my hometown, That's my hometown.
Yeah, I know. I went to Scotch Plains High School. I live not too far with Terra Zoo.
Who?
Scotch Plains Zoo.
Oh, the zoo.
You ever heard of Yeah, Scotch Plains Zoo. I live right there.
Do you go to Farley Park? You ever heard of Farley Park?
Farley Park?
Farley.
Yes, I heard of it.
Farley Park.
Farley Park, yes.
Yeah, that was my hangout. Yes. I used to set the garbage cans on fire back in 1973 and 1974. Captain Minio came to my house one time, knocked on the door, and I because my parents weren't home, I answered the door. I was smelling like gasoline, and he questioned me. I said, no, I wasn't there. Anyway, hey man, I appreciate the call. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you. I'm rambling. Phone lines open, guys. Sit tight. My main topic, Jada Pinkett marriage proposal. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. The video is in my communities section. I urge you to see it if you care. Okay. Also, I want to make sure I'm promoting some of my sponsors. Hold on a second. I got some books in the mail. Hang on. David, I got your book. And also, I got to make sure I promote these guys. Hold on, everybody, sit tight. Business over bullshit. TeflonFunk.com. See that right there? I always take a screenshot for my sponsors so they can know that I am, promoting them, okay? And Let's go to the phone lines here. Where's Skylar Saunders? Skylar, good afternoon, sir. Good evening, wherever you may be. Skylar Saunders.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. I'm on the line.
It's cracking. It's cracking.
How are you? How are you?
I'm great, man. Life is great. Good to hear from you.
That's great.
Where do you want to start?
That's great. Yeah. I just wanted to get into the Jay-Z and Dame Dash thing. Like you mentioned, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to mention it. They had a get-together over a decade ago. Where they even have a picture online where Dame has his hand over Jay-Z's shoulder. So it's not like they have spite against each other.
Right.
They just don't have the chemistry like they once had back in 95, 96, and extended into 2004. And this is what you said before. I don't know if you said it recently, but you said how Jay-Z said he's an amazing guy and he's really smart. He'll find a way.
He'll figure it out. He said,
he'll figure it out.
Quote unquote, he'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out, yeah. They will figure it out. Yeah. He knows what he wants to do. He has all these different Poppington, and he's got the diabetes show and all these different he's got the Paid in Full Part 2 coming up. He's got things popping, and it just may not be on the level of Jay-Z on a billionaire level, but it's not always about the money. It's about the passion, about the spirit, and about the want to drive to do things.
Hang on a second, Skylar. Skylar, now.
Yes, sir.
In the real world, what you just said makes a lot of sense. In the real world.
Yes, sir.
But Dame Dash is a product of those Harlem ballers. Woo!
Yes.
Woo! Huh?
Yes, he has mentioned
ballin'.
He wants a football team.
Huh?
He wants a football team. He's mentioned
team.
that.
Yeah.
He wants a football team.
Yeah, man.
he's got a ways to go, but it's just like Jay-Z said. Yeah. He's smart. He'll figure it out.
Well, now to be fair, and I don't say this to be disrespectful, when a seasoned Brooklyn nigga says things, you have to look at it from a few different angles, because what that also means is he'll figure it out. That means hey, maybe he'll put the pistol in his mouth eventually.
Exactly. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
He's a smart guy. He'll figure it out.
True.
So good.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he hasn't had any deals with him in over a decade, almost close to 2 decades now. It's because of that fact.
Yeah.
It's because he knows that he could possibly, pop one in his mouth and end it all, and that'd be it.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Skylar, your new video, send me a link so I can promote you in the community section. Great to hear from you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Skylar Saunders tapping in. Okay. 105 fam got your donation via PayPal. Thank you so much. Did I put the PayPal link at the top of the live chat? Folks, I always do discount promo if you use PayPal as opposed to Cash App. Hold on a second. I don't think I put that link in my... or at the top of the live chat. Give me a second. Here it is right now. Super chat with Star. I want to ask you guys a question here also this afternoon because, going into the evening, because I'm doing a research edition. Why is Sexy Red winning right now? Why? Huh? Don't act like her track is not catchy, or tracks, pardon me. Don't act like they're not catchy. Hold on, guys. Let me pin this replaced pin message. Yes, okay. At that BET Hip Hop Award ceremony, woo! Bust your head, ski, right? In the audience. I want to be respectful to women of color who do support this machine, and you know that I distribute the objective hate evenly. But why did we see women in their 30s and 40s in that audience? The BET Hip Hop Awards. Bust your head, ski. Why? Why are they talking about she's a plant? Okay, well, maybe she is an industry plant, but why are you allowing that plant, and I'm not saying she's a plant, why are you allowing that plant to infiltrate the minds of your young daughters? Oh, I saw a video up on Instagram. I saw some babies, some elementary school babies, not middle school, elementary school. You had the teacher. She looked like she was in her 20s. She's doing some type of rhyming and rapping, and then the kids would say, ski, ski. Anybody see that video? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Meanwhile, you got the little Asian kids up on the gram doing trigonometry. Trigonometry, algebra, fractions, percentages. They got the little ding, 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 ding. But somewhere down in the South, the little babies, ski. Why? Why is Sexy Red winning? That's another question. You can chime in if you like to, okay? Blade, I got your donation. Blade says, star Jay ain't blocking Dame. Leo Cohen is. Any proof to that? Any proof to that? I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying any proof to that. That would be, possible, Oh, I'm sorry, guys. One more thing. In that interview with Dame Dash and Daytwan Thomas, Daytwan mentioned Kevin Lyles, and Dame Dash made a face. Hold on a second. He made a face. What's going on, Deeds? Okay. Guys, if I have issues with this stream, I'm just going to shut it down. I've done everything I could. I got a brand new computer here with more memory. I restarted everything. If this gives me trouble again, goddamn, I'm just going to call it a day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Deeds. Thank you so much. Let's go to area code 980. Are you there? 980 on a Tuesday.
Yes, sir. I'm here. How are you?
I'm great. Who's this?
My name is Sharon, and I'm coming out of North Carolina.
Hey, Sharon. It's cracking, girl.
But I'm a Jersey, New York chick, and an Army brat, and an Army vet. So I'm just from everywhere.
Thank you for your service. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
I'm glad somebody cares.
I do.
But listen.
I do.
Thank you. Hey, you were just talking about, what's the name? The Red, whatever her name is.
Sexy Red.
I didn't watch it, but my thing is this. Women want respect. I'm 58, okay? Young, very young. If you want respect and you're sitting up as a parent, even younger than I am, 40, 45, 50, and you're dealing with that, what are you saying? You're putting out the wrong message, and that's why our kids are losing it. We got a government who doesn't educate, takes your taxpayer money, is going everywhere, but it's not going to your education. While we're getting stupid, everybody's getting smarter. I mean, it's just so much to it. I just can't understand. And I have two grandsons, a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old, and the parents, my daughter and her husband, awesome. Better parents than I ever wanted to be. So I just can't understand why anybody would let their child watch it, and why anybody is condoning it. Okay. It's heartbreaking.
Can I respond?
It's very hard.
Can I respond?
Back in our day.
Can I respond? Can I respond? Sharon, can I respond?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You and I are from a different era. Salute to you again. You served in the military, However, the role of the government is to protect our rights. You know this. You served in the military.
Amen.
To protect our rights, okay? The role of the government is not to educate your children. Things have gotten twisted over the decades, going back to the New Deal, You know, the Great Recession, yada, yada, yada. If you look to the government to educate your children, you're headed down the wrong goddamn path. Headed down the wrong.
That's not what I'm saying.
If I can finish, and I'll go
I'm
back
sorry,
to
go
you.
ahead. That's all right.
So now with regards to what the children are watching or listening to or whatever, taking part in, you have to talk to them. I just don't think that there's enough talking. Maybe that time is gone. People don't sit at the dinner table like they did with our generation. Our parents of all nationalities and ethnicities, we could not escape that conversation at the dinner table with our parents asking us about our homework and so on and so forth in school. They don't do that anymore. They don't do that. So what they're watching and what is influencing them, it's something much more deeper than just, how you raise them. I really feel for the parents these days. I feel for them because you cannot hit your kids if you tell them something against what they're being taught in the school. There can be an investigation. You have to allow your children to be programmed, if you will, with regards to debauchery and fuckery. I'll just say that. Go ahead, back to you. Come on.
I agree. The fuckery is immense. What I would say is, if you have to take your kids out of school, I mean, I don't believe the government is too far and too much in the business anyway. You know what I mean? Like, look, in the military, you didn't have an opinion because you weren't issued one, right? I'm not in the military. I have an opinion.
Okay.
But to have an opinion means you're wrong if you don't agree with the craziness, right?
Okay.
I'm saying if your school is doing the bullshit, take your child out of that school. Find somewhere else, which what my kids did, my daughter and husband did, and I did the same thing with mine.
Okay.
So you have to figure out what is best for your kids because the kid doesn't have a chance if you're not pushing it or whatever. If you're, you know what I mean? You have to have some type. Listen, my father's a retired lieutenant colonel, died of Agent Orange, did 2 tours in Vietnam.
Okay.
So all of us, there's 4 of us, we all took our first breath in the military. So our life is different. It's a different way of growing up with a crazy because that's crazy. Now, my daughter, she went in the military, too. That's a crazy, too, at 30-something years
Sharon,
old.
I hate to interrupt, but I don't want to do a whole show now about Sexy Red. I'm just asking the question, why is she winning? I want to stay on topic with regards to Dame Dash wants to sit down with Jay-Z. Hold on a second. Wants to sit down with Jay-Z or Jada Pinkett, this fictitious marriage proposal. Can we bring it back in? And I want to get your final thoughts, please.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Final thought. As far as Jay-Z and then those two.
Dame Dash.
Listen, if they do, Dame Dash, if you want to sit down and talk about it, talk about it. If not, let it go, get over it, move on.
Gotcha.
That's all I know. When you come from Jada Pinkett, that's a Looney Tune narcissist, and I don't even know why he's wasting his time, but she's the bad rep for all women. She just said on the second part, oh, no, we're working on getting back together.
Right.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Her and Will.
Lady, please,
Yeah,
you
her and
can't
Will.
keep changing.
Yeah.
He's crazy, and he needs to go. If his thing is, I'd never get a divorce, sweetheart, I've done it. Get out of it. It's not healthy.
Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate the call. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, Star.
Okay. Folks, in my community section, a video by a white female. Deeds, did we find out that girl's name? Hold on a second. Deeds, what is the name of the female? I don't want to just keep saying white girl. She's a Tupac fan. She did the research. She said Jada is lying, outright lying. Okay. Guys, top of the live chat is the super chat information for PayPal. Also, in my community section, brand new analytics. Thank you to you guys, you supporters. We had a great month last month, September. And we always show you the analytics with regards to the show here. That's important with regards to target demo. If you're looking to attract a certain demo, we give breakdowns of the different regions. Please pay attention. This is something I find myself saying quite often. When you send us a banner, make sure that your URL or the link to whatever platform you're promoting is big. Idiot-proof in a sense. That should be bigger than your logo. In those analytics, again, in my community section, it shows you. It's over 70% of the people that watch this show, the Star Report, watch it on these mobile phones, not on laptops and desktops. So you have to make the information, contact info, or social media info bigger so they can see it. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Vicky, I got your donation. She says, ski. Love you, Star, watching. From Mombasa. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate you. Guys, also on the screen, another one of my sponsors, ihateeveryone.co.uk. There's a link in my community section to them as well. Please go check them out, all right? Area code 201, Tuesday, research edition. Are you up to speed? 201.
Peace, Star. Rob Lowe 2000.
Hey, man, good to hear from you. What's cracking, Rob?
Right? How you feeling?
Good.
I mean, if you stay on long enough, y'all answer most of the questions already. Like, Blade just hit you with the who's really blocking Dame. It's not Jay-Z. Jay-Z just don't want nothing to do with him. But I'm going to say this. Because I want to answer the other one first. I'm calling you for Dame Dash, but I'm going to interject into this Jada Pinkett thing. And this is very short. She's just, first of all, that the construct of their relationship is not built or based upon the relationship that normal people have. That's why when people keep talking about all this black love is dead and all of that, you're basing this upon people that are, number one, they're entertainers. Number two, they're professional liars. They do things in the best interest of their brand.
Right.
Like Will Smith has a brand. Jada Pinkett Smith also has a brand. And so do their children. So does a lot of these other people, Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of these where people are trying to base this on, oh, this is black love. No, it is not. These are business entities that have come together for the best interest of themselves. Has nothing to do with love.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with how we understand a relationship to be.
Okay.
So with that being, she's a liar. She's using Tupac to keep her name relevant in the news or media or black media or whatever you want to call it. God bless that white girl who called her out because she had the receipts.
Right.
And I remember that time period. It was not like that. They were really good friends. They grew up with each other. If he was going to strike it down, it probably would have happened before they got famous. And there's nothing more needed to be said about that. It's just that she's just giving people a reason to talk about her, and she's using things that are striking chords with people by saying that this person is this and this person is that. And yes, Will Smith would have washed Tupac. Tupac wasn't no fighter.
Yeah.
He wasn't no fighter. He was a shooter. He wasn't no fighter.
Right.
And he was a shooter until he got put in the position. That's not to take anything away from him.
Right.
It's just the fact that you're talking about two different types of people.
Right.
But anyway.
No. Hang on, Rob Lowe, stay with me. There's a lot more to be said here. I appreciate your input here, but no, she's romanticizing with regards to a piece of literature that she's putting out there, and she's trying to change the truth with regards to an icon of importance. And I think there's a lot more to put on the table here. I would love to hear from anybody who went to school with them to either confirm or deny the fact that I think she had him in the friend zone. When a female has a guy in the friend zone, he's not smashing. I truly believe that based upon his own admittance, if you saw videos of him saying, I'm a nice guy, quote unquote. These girls don't like nice guys. There was no smashing that was going to happen. She was not feeling him like that. Even at him making movies, her coming up. She felt she was on the same level of him, if not better. What do you say about that, Rob Lowe?
See, once again, you hitting it on the head. See, the thing is that people got to remember, Jada Pinkett was famous before Tupac.
Right.
She was out there before Tupac, way famous. Yeah. A Different World, all of these places where people look. I remember when people were going crazy over Jada Pinkett. Tupac wasn't nowhere to be found.
Facts.
Tupac, I think, really hit the scene. Yeah, there was Juice. There was
after he came out of jail. Let's keep it. After he came out of jail, boom.
Right. I mean, there was a surge before that, but like you said, it was nuclear when he came out of jail.
Right.
But she was popular before he was popular, and he was not a sex symbol the way men fetishized about her when she first got out there. So, yeah, there's a whole lot more to this. She's a liar. That's basically what it comes down to. I think that whatever's going on between her and Will Smith, she has totally hit the wall with the situation, and she's trying to embarrass him, humiliate him, emasculate him. She wants to – there's something there where she's really trying to stick it to him. Right. Because even the part about where they're trying to say that he might be in it, he might be in it. But it might be because his hands are tied in the situation. Because, like, he's a brand. He's destroyed now. If you ask me, he's destroyed. Yeah. And I really don't think that he'll come back.
Oh, yeah.
What he's done.
He's out of here. Hold on, Rob Lowe. Hold on a second. Deeds, it says restricted profile. I cannot do all that right now. Okay, what is her name? What is this girl's name? I need her name, Deeds. The woman who exposed Jada Pinkett. I'm sorry, Rob Lowe, go ahead. I need this girl's name.
I just think that she has got him in a predicament where she just destroyed him. And yes, he's a man and he makes his own decisions and all of that stuff, but men love differently than women. I'm not going to get all into that, but he's trying to hold something together that fell apart a long time ago. But I would like to talk about Dame.
Okay, go ahead. So now hang on. Did you see the interview with Dame Dash? We're exhausted with Dame Dash talking about Jay-Z, but it was a good interview for the most part, but it focused too much on Jay-Z, if you ask me. Him and Daytwan Thomas, editor-in-chief of Vibe magazine. I'm not sure if I've ever met this guy, but he's a respectable journalist. Go ahead.
Okay, here's where I was talking about where Blade hit it on the head. You see, people got to go back again. I know I hate having to say this, but you got to go back because everybody is trying to start from this point and then just, like, remember back. You're going to have to do some research because it's all there. It's all there. The Cakeaholic is from Harlem.
Right.
The Cakeaholic planted a flag way up on top of the hill. Like you said, I don't wear the socks.
Right.
F all of y'all. These are my artists. This, that, then. How is Jay-Z your artist when he's the third partner in your business?
Right.
There's a lot of things that people forget, and this is where. And I do not encourage this, nor do I stand behind it. This behavior of what Alpo did, but see, Alpo died on that hill. If he's dead at all, whatever. That's not the point.
Oh, that nigga's dead. Stop, Rob. Don't do that. He's dead. He's
no. I don't care. I don't care. He should be dead for what he's done. He should be dead 100 times over for what he's done.
Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is that when he did what he did, because his solution was murder, and when he got back into a corner, which I don't even think he was back into a corner, his solution was to snitch. Yeah. He snitched, and he lived it, and he came back. He didn't want to go hide. He came back. You see, that's where Dame Dash falls short of everything he did. And even if Jay-Z wanted to take him back, he can't take him back because it's like, well, damn, was any of that shit that you was doing, was it true? All of that, the Dame Diddy dance and the bopping and pouring the alcohol on women, was any of it true? I can't even, I didn't like that, but I can't even respect you now that you turning your cheek to this, yo, please. You turning into that guy from the movie you talking about, Fair Game, please.
Oh, God.
Please. And what's even worse is that if you're seeing him do it in front of the camera That means he's been doing it way before we seen it on camera, before he got on camera.
Let me interject, Rob Lowe. I appreciate everything you've said. And if we have to add the street element to it, Dame Dash over the years has constantly tried to act like Jay wasn't about that life. And Jay-Z, for those who know, and most people do know, they know about Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Rockefeller better than they know the goddamn the Bill of Rights, the fucking the Treaty of Tripoli. Pardon me. They know this stuff. Jay-Z shot a family member back in the days, for those who may or may not know. Jay-Z stabbed Un. Even though Un is trying to tell a different story now, Jay-Z shanked that nigga. Dame Dash never put up the dick beaters that we know about, ain't never shot nobody. He was a hustler. It's a hustler. And let me just say this, and I want you to finish up. Dame showed his true colors, and Killer's my nigga, man. Top 5 best Killer Cam. He brought Killer in there, tried to promote him to head of A&R without Jay's knowledge. He all that stuff he was doing, just all that, bringing all those niggas in, man, without even consulting with Jay. And as you said, tried to look at Jay as he was just one of the artists. No, nigga, I'm the star. And he never forgot that. So I don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think he'll give him a sit down that will amount to anything. He'll sit down with a bunch of other people, laugh, and, 5 on the black hand side and all that fly shit, but he won't do business with him again. Go ahead and finish up, Rob, please. Finish up.
I don't, see, you said a lot, but I'm going to just deal with the last thing you said. I don't think he's going to give him a sit down. I don't think he's going to do it.
Right.
I think he would have gave him a sit down.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to tell somebody something.
I think he would have gave him a sit down if he would have did what Jay, I think Jay alluded to this one time a couple years back, that if he would have called him in the background, on the side, instead of doing all of this going on television. And I think that ultimately what I think Dame is trying to do is, I think Dame is trying to get them together in front of a camera or whatever, and then try to go back and resort to that, you see how he is? He ain't doing this because of the black people. See, I told you this, me and you spoke about this before. They always resort to the black people. Dame wasn't about no black people. Nicki Minaj wasn't about no black people. Now you want to talk about black people and black women, and black business and entrepreneurship because somebody don't want to do something with you, or you trying to align something, or you trying to paint a picture. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. It's a lie. Oh, Dame, Jay-Z.
Rob Lowe spitting facts. Pay attention. You spitting facts.
All of that.
Spitting facts.
All of that is lies. All of that is lies because you can't ball the way you want to ball. You wanted to be at that Rockefeller, that dinner or whatever that thing was, that party when all the people were there in them ugly ass pink suits you wanted to be there with the short socks on with the bell on it. You wanted to be there, but you wasn't there. And you'll never be there. And you think that it's Jay-Z that'll bring you back into that light. It's not Jay-Z blocking him, Star. It's not. He offended people in those boardrooms. He offended people that know people. You see that Harlem shit? It only goes so far. That nigga shit, it only goes so far. You can't bring that everywhere you think you want to go. Like Kanye West. Kanye West is not wrong about what he's saying, but you're not the one to say it.
Right.
And the only reason why you still is holding on to a thread because there is a simple way that they still could use you because somebody's going to send their grandchildren to college and have a good life off of what you're doing. Yeah. That's the only reason why Kanye's still around. And on that note, we'll end it right there.
Rob Lowe, salute to you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Peace. Salute.
Whew, Rob Lowe. Guys, I got to take a break. Somebody's texting me. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? No, I'm not calling nobody back. It's a family member. Not now. Not now. Send a text. Jesus. Thank you, Deeds. Okay. So the girl, let's say the girl or the woman instead of white girl, Just prequel, okay? Just prequel. In my community section is the breakdown with regards to Jada Pinkett. Whoo, child. Receipts. Pulled out the cannon. Pulled out the cannon on Jada Pinkett. Okay, thank you, Deeds. Thank you. Yeah, it wouldn't show up for me on my computer. Probably because, they want you to always keep Instagram open. And on my phone, and most people's phones, it's open. You just, you go right in because your goddamn, the crawlers, the extensions are always fucking on. They always know where you are. Guys, I can't get to every phone. I'm looking at 50 phone calls in my queue, pardon me. Send a donation if you have a call of importance, Support the show. You know what it is that I do. Is it Takeem got your donation? Caller grew up in a house full of angry, bitter, gossiping single mothers. Pay attention. Which caller, Takeem? Okay. Hold on. Someone else sent a donation. I can't get to it in time. David, I got your books, both of your books. Hang on a second, guys. Another sponsor here. If you want to be a sponsor to the show, no, this should be over here. Hold on, everybody, hold on. It's always business over bullshit with me. This is very important to my sponsors, okay? David's got 2 books. He's called into the show on many occasions. Okay. Also, let me make sure that I'm promoting a new tequila. I'm waiting on them to hook up a link with regards to how you folks can order the tequila. I did something wrong. Give me a second. And then I want to tell you about something that happened to me recently. Can you guys see that? Blue Royal. Tequila, rum, and natural flavors. All right. Hey, Shanice, thank you so much. Okay, I got your information, and I'm going to print this young woman's info out. This is the one who went in on Jada Pinkett. It's a very short video. Spend the time to give it a watch, all right? I think it'll help the conversation. Hey, Francine. Oh, haven't heard from you in a while. How are you, darling? Okay. Yes, I'm back in New Jersey. You're in South Jersey? Send a picture, Francine. I need to make sure you're not a nigga with a wig, okay? Respectfully. Guys, and something happened with Terrell Owens. He was hit by a car. I'm not up to speed. All right. I got something else here I want to read. I'm not sure what that's about. And then I'm going to take a quick intermission and come back and talk to you guys. Right now, let's go to area code 808. Good afternoon, good evening, doing research. Are you there? 808, talking about Jada Pinkett, capping about Tupac. Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Hey, how are you? Yes, sir. How are you? It's cracking.
Everything's good. No problem. I'm calling about the Jay-Z and Dame Dash.
Okay. You got it?
Okay, yeah. There's no way Jay is taking that meeting with him. For what? There's no reason. He's moved light years past Dame. Dame is an idiot. Dame has torn his drawers. That's the old Negro saying. He has torn his drawers way too many times for way too long, and it's over for that.
Okay.
If you notice, everybody that he used to deal with Dame no longer deals with him on any kind of level, maybe personal a little bit, but as far as business, like he.
Sir, your phone sounds kind of choppy. Are you on a headset? Can you make some adjustments? I want to hear what you're saying.
I can. What about now? You good? What about now?
Go ahead. You said Dame's an idiot. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dame's an idiot. Dame is torn his drugs way too many times for way too long with way too many people. And friends, colleagues, and business associates and business partners that used to do business with him no longer does business with him. And now this is spreading throughout everything. Nobody wants to deal with Dame on any level at all. So it just makes absolutely no sense for Hov to go back and do any type of sit-down talking, any of that with Dame at all. Makes no sense. He's not going to do it.
Now, I'm trying to be as neutral as possible. I've only met Dame Dash one time, but he was very, very respectful to me, man. But I've known Jay a lot over the years, and you know what he has been saying about Jay has been totally, coming from a place of hurt, if you ask me. And if people have it really fucked up about Jay-Z. I've said this before. I've said this before. I'll say it again. He used to come up to Hot 97 by himself, no security, on multiple occasions. Now, I'm not going to snitch and say he had something, that wild thing in his waist, but he wasn't worried about niggas. He wasn't worried about niggas like that. Dame always had a posse of niggas with him.
Yes.
A posse of bum niggas. And Dame used to buy.
I believe it.
Dame used to buy bum niggas a slave chain and a pair of kicks and think these niggas were going to be loyal. No, these are bum niggas who never earned their way up the ladder. Go ahead.
You're right. You have to look. They didn't earn anything. Just bring them along, just for show. And I kind of believe that's part of that Harlem situation. They always kind of. That's part of that. I don't know. That's the culture or whatever. All the boroughs got different kind of attitudes and ways and swag and ways of moving and all that. You can definitely tell the difference between all five of the boroughs.
Right.
Dame is, if anybody knows the history, Dame, everything came out of Dame's mouth was, I want to be a billionaire, I want to be a trillionaire.
Right.
I want to have the most this. Now we look at the years now. You especially compared to Jay, look what are you doing? You're not doing anything. You're probably not even really holding too much of anything right now. You got enough to do what you're doing or whatever. But in comparison to all that fly talk you was doing back in the day to what's going on now, and nobody's really doing anything with you, that's got to be heartbreaking, and it's killing you. And it's killing you.
So are you from New York? Your phone's very choppy. You from New York?
No, I'm from Detroit.
Okay. Well, listen, your phone.
Yeah, but I got family all over New York. So it's second home to me. So
I appreciate what you're saying, but your phone sounds really choppy. I appreciate you, man. Salute.
All right, salute.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. I am not going to kick Dame's back in, but I have to try and be as objective here as possible. On the Block with Jen sent her a donation. Hey, Jen. She says, for the machine, Jada needs to be boxed in her mouth. I'm on vacay star. Can't call in. Love you. Chat soon. Okay. On the Block with Jen signing deals behind the scenes. Shh. Good to hear from you, Jen. Travel safe. You are appreciated as always. Someone just sent me something here about, according to Hollywood Unlocked, Jada Pinkett reveals that she and Will Smith are working on a new book together called Don't Try This at Home. Okay. Not interested. And let me, did I print this girl's information out? What happened here? Guys, sit tight on the phones. I want to make sure I give this person her props. My story is based upon the detailed work that she did. Jess Prequel on Instagram. Video creator. Okay. Salute to her. Jess Prequel. Lee's Auto got your donation. Are you tapping in? Lee's Auto, area code 404. Thank you for your support, Lee's Auto. Are you there? Lee's Auto.
Hey, what's up, Star? Can you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear, man. Thank you for your patience. Where do you want to start?
Absolutely. I'm just calling in because I'm just laughing at Jada Pinkett because she's out here opening old scabs and digging up old wounds. Mm-hmm. The reason I say that is because when you mentioned Tupac's ex-wife's name, Keisha Morris, it kind of jogged my memory.
Okay.
And it brought back actually I didn't know she was like an actress or something like that.
Okay.
But she's also educated. She was a guidance counselor at the school I went to.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was a guidance counselor at a small high school in Crown Heights. But
was she?
I remember distinctively. I went to school started high school in '99, right around when you went on the radio.
Okay.
And I remember not me, but another student, some girls, some young ladies, they had found an article in a magazine with her in it, with her mentioning, talking about her relationship with Tupac and all that stuff, and we brought it to her. And I remember her being very defiant, very upset, and she denied it. She said, "That's not me, and I don't know what you're talking about." And she dismissed us, and I think she even cried if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, this was 20 years ago.
Okay.
But the reason I say this, she's not opening old wounds because I remember her being very upset about it. So I mean, I'm not sure where she is now with it because I remember you said something if she's doing interviews, but but you got to think.
If I can chime in for a second, and again, I just met her one time, but she was very classy.
Very nice person.
Classy.
Yes, very nice person. Yes. She's a very nice lady. Absolutely.
No. Classy. Classy. There's a difference between being classy and nice. I was on the radio going balls deep on everybody, no fucks given. She didn't say, "Hey, can I come on the show to air somebody out?" No, she just wanted to introduce herself as Tupac's ex-wife. She complimented me, and I said, "Well, hey, nice to meet you." That was inside Madison Square Garden. She wasn't stressing, attention, none of that. And see, I've always spoken highly of him. From time to time, I'll dumb out, and say some goofy shit, but I've always spoken highly of him. He was fucking brilliant. Brilliant. He was the first rapper that I ever heard speaking about reparations before Chuck D, Tupac, side 2 on the Machiavelli album. So, again, man, she wasn't stressing an interview, but good. You were saying? Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, you're right. I mean, her demeanor was very, very welcoming. Like I said, she's definitely in the education system, at least the time when I went to school. But yeah, I remember, like I said, I totally forgot about it until you mentioned her name, and I was forced to Google and look up, and I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's Mrs. Morris. Like she was at the same school. So that just makes me think about now, like I say, Jada Pinkett's out here opening old wounds because maybe people will bring it back up to her. Maybe I'm not sure where she is now in her life, but maybe she doesn't want to talk about that stuff. And Jada Pinkett is forcing people to look her up, Google her, and stuff like that, and making all the stuff come back to her.
Well, listen, I appreciate the call, man, and your donation. I don't know why she's not out in the limelight, but if I had to guess, she married Tupac to help him.
Yeah.
To help him, He was smart enough to know, I need some fucking help. I'm locked down here, with these animals. He was creatively frustrated. And that's and a lot of guys do that. They marry a girl when they're locked down in a fucking cage like an animal because you need somebody out there in the world to help you. But I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
I think so.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Full Blast Radio. Oh, DJ Tiger, call in. Where are you, man? That's the homie right there. He says the only Jada we acknowledge is Jada Kiss. Salute, DJ Tiger. FullBlastRadio.com. FullBlastRadio.com, huh? Okay, my printer's not working. Well, what's going on here? Okay, I got to delete this. Okay. I'm not sure. Well, let me cancel this out. Something happened here. Oh, so what else I want to mention since I'm doing a research show here? Here's a question for some of you folks. Are you happy? Truly happy, right? Let me just put that out there first. Now, are you alone and happy? Being alone does not mean that you're lonely. Let me ask you again. Are you alone and happy? Call in, chime in. In today's world, which is very different from how I was raised, and some of you, I know you guys are, for the most part, younger than me. The proof is in the analytics in my community section. One would think that you need to be socially connected, that you always need to be amongst, I don't know, people at an eatery doing the most. If you ask me, those types of people have something, that is missing at times. Not saying they're bad people, but for those who are alone, are you happy? There's so many things that I do by myself, by choice. I've got friends, I've got associates, but I find happiness and peace within doing these things by myself. Traveling, I take road trips. All sorts of stuff. I rent boats. I don't want to buy a boat ever again. I don't want to deal with the headache of the upkeep. I still go ice skating by myself. I've asked a few girls to go ice skating over the last 5 years. If they even balk, I leave them. I just go, hey, I'm ready to go ice skating. I'll talk to you another time. Concerts. I can go alone. Atlanta, a couple years ago, what was it? Was it 2019 or I forget when it was? I asked a girl, did she want to go see Tyler, the Creator? She starts hemming and hawing 2 hours before the show. And I said, hey, let me call you right back. Went to the concert, one of the best concerts I have seen in fucking years. Tyler, the Creator. So the question, are you alone and happy? Now, I'm a little weird at times in terms of, I'm a little weird at times in terms of being a neat freak and always having to have the dishes washed. Not that I even have that many dishes before I go to bed. I make up my bed after I, get up and I'm ready to start my day. I make my bed up. Anybody still on that type of time? I make up my bed every day. I don't want the bed to look a certain way when I return to the bed. I enjoy coming home and everything is right where the fuck I left it. Anybody on that type of time? I get weird if something is moved. Are you alone and happy? And the one last thing I'll just say, you've heard me say this before. Eagles fly alone. You don't always have to be amongst people. You don't always have to be at a restaurant with a bunch of people laughing and, all that fake fugazi shit. Chime in if you like. Okay, that was just a random question. Scotty, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Sir, area code 843. Scotty, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. We're talking about a few topics, sir. Are you there? Scotty.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, is this Scotty? It says Scotty.
Well, this is Chandra, so I'm the owner of the company, but
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Chandra, how are you? Good to hear from you.
I'm good. It's a little bit of a delay. I'm sorry about that. I'm really good. I love your question.
Oh, thank you. Now, before we go any further, on the showrunner, is that you? Everything spelled right? 20for30.shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can respond to the question, and let's make sure that we promote your platform because you're in my community section. Chandra, you have the floor, please.
Thanks. So I'll start by answering the question. I am alone and I am very happy.
Mm-hmm.
However, I wasn't always that way.
Okay.
I think that's definitely, to your point, a place that you work yourself up to. And I love what you said about eagles flying alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really dope because it's very true. And I think there's so much peace that you can find in spending time by yourself. That does not mean that I'm not interested in partnership if it's the right person,
Right.
or even being around people who are good for my energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or that type of shit. But being alone and happy, yeah. And I'm like you, in my house, I like things a certain way. I like to make my bed up, and I imagine.
If I can interject for a second, I'm so fucking
Please.
weird. I'm so fucking weird with it. When I come in sometimes, if the curtain isn't laying the right way, I'm like, what the fuck? I go fix the curtain. Then I go put the guy.
Oh my God.
Then I go put
Yes.
the food in the fridge. Go ahead, come on.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited that somebody else feels the same way.
Come
because
on.
I know that there's a lot going on in the world
Right.
around, even the Surgeon General talking about loneliness and whatnot. And that's happening. I know it's a pandemic as well. But also, I think social media does a lot of making us feel like we need to be a part of so many social circles and groups and things that you'll be surprised how much peace you find in being alone. And I can say for sure that in that piece of being alone, that's where I actually started 20for30.shop with a good friend of mine.
Nice.
So good things come to those who, take some time alone.
Tell us,
Yes.
tell us about 20for30.shop. You are one of my new sponsors, please.
Yes, I would love to. Thank you for giving us the opportunity and shouting us out on the show. This is really dope. So 20for30 is basically the brainchild of a really good friend of mine and we want to take the insurance quote process and just make it a whole lot easier. Right now, things are sort of situated. The analogy that we use is similar to like college basketball, right? Like kids were going into these schools, making them a shit ton of money, and the players weren't making any money from it, right? Now we know that's changed a bit, and they have a space for students to be able to get paid for it. But it's the exact same thing. Whenever you go online and you hit up a website and they say, hey, give us your name, number, and your email address, and we will get you comparative quotes from 20 different people. That sounds really good, but all these companies are doing is taking your information, selling it to a whole bunch of insurance companies. And what does that mean? That means you get 3,000 calls a day. You got to put people on the block list. You're watching your phone. Nobody wants to deal with that anymore. What we do is we take the hassle out of it. We are the program that comes in and we say, hey, you give us your information. We're going to be very clear with you. We are going to give your information to no more than 5 agents.
Okay.
Each agent will have a 4-star rating or better, right? And we're going to make sure that agent can give you a policy in your area. No one will call you outside of that. We'll let you know before these people call, and you will get paid once we get an agent who can quote you a better price for your home, auto, or condo insurance.
Okay.
So you jump on the website, you say, hey, I have a policy, ready to shop for another one, because quiet as it's kept, most people don't shop for their insurance rates, but you really should shop quarterly.
If I can jump in,
honest.
if I can jump in,
Please.
if I can jump in right there. Insurance is so vital. It's so vital. And you're right. A lot of people don't shop for different quotes and things like that. With that being said, do you do phone consultations or any type of group chats? What is it that you offer that somebody who may not be thinking about insurance, but they need it? How do you facilitate the service that you're speaking of?
Well, we facilitate it by making it really simple for you to just go online, give us your name, you fill out a little bit of information, and the way that we're different is you have to get your declaration page. Now, for those who don't know, a declaration page or a deck page is basically the page that covers all of the pertinent information in your policy. And this is the information that's going to allow us to take that page once you've submitted it. We can then sell that to the insurance agents that we talked about, no more than 5 4-star or better rated insurance agents, and they're able to look at that and immediately say, based on this information, that they can either quote you a better price or not. So what we alleviate is the hassle of the phone calls, the back and forth of the conversation, because the agent has all the information that they need. So all you have to do is say, hey, how you doing? And they say, hey, I'm with such and such agency, and I can lower your rate by $50 a month. You say yes or no, and you go on about your day. There's no obligation. You don't have to switch policies if you don't want to, and you get the privacy that you don't get with other companies. Once your information or that declaration page is given to 5 agents, we don't have that information anymore. It's completely private. We get rid of. We're not storing your information. Privacy is a huge thing. Just like you said, insurance is important.
Right.
It's very important.
Vital.
To retain your privacy.
Vital.
Very vital. Very vital. So, because they are stealing it out here. They're scamming. I live in Atlanta. Everybody's scamming and stealing.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So now, hang on a second. So this is your world. Now with regards to you said homeowner insurance. Yes. Do you also deal with people that rent out properties, Airbnb and things like that?
No, we're just doing people who currently have a homeowner's policy on a property that they own and are currently living in.
Okay. What about if they rent the home out for Airbnb purposes, or is that a different direction?
That could be a little bit more tricky. So we're not there yet, but we are in the midst of piloting a few other programs. Okay. So that's something that's coming soon. So stay tuned.
Yeah, because they cracked down on homeowners, allowing parties in Airbnbs in the Atlanta metro area. I think it was about a year and a half ago. They cracked down.
Oh, absolutely.
Slow that shit down.
Oh, yeah. Certain neighborhoods. Right. So I live in a townhome community. You can't Airbnb in your community, and there are even some neighborhoods with single family homes where you can't Airbnb at all, much less a party. Right. So they really are cracking on that. So that's a little bit of a tougher space to be in, and it takes a bit more. And right now our focus is on, 1, being transparent as a company, 2, doing something for people that they don't know that they need to do, and making it easy, taking it off your plate.
One more question.
And get for it. Who don't want money?
One more question. Do you do any type of seminars? Do you go out to speak in front of people?
Not yet. Not yet.
Girl, you got to get out there, because in Atlanta.
It's
well, listen. Yeah. I moved out. I moved out back in right after 4th of July. I was in Woodstock. There's seminars and the conventions lit. I have to give that up. Those conventions, there's always something going on in Atlanta. So I wish you all the best. I thank you for being responsible. Girl, go on and get out there and get to talking in front of them people. All those rappers coming up who need life insurance. You feel me?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate.
We're gonna get some rappers stirred.
I appreciate you as well, guys. I'm talking to Chandra. Did I say that right, Chandra?
Yes, perfect, Chandra.
Okay, yes. 20for30.shop. Tell her I sent you. And Chandra, let's get you back in the line next week. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye now. Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
One of my sponsors. Okay. Star Report back in the building. Tuesday evening research edition. And we're tea-sipping. Tea-sipping. Jada Pinkett, huh? Is she capping? Is she capping about Tupac? Asked her to get married. Nah. I'm going to say it again. I truly think that she had him in the friend zone. Wasn't feeling him like that. After he died, she saw how the world was affected by his, not just his demise, but by his work, the longevity of his work, his intelligence, and other things that will be around for time to come. So much to the point where, hip hop and rap music is always saying, yo, who's the new Tupac? there won't be. there won't be. No matter how many times somebody gets shot, no matter how many times somebody goes in and out of jail, there won't be another Tupac. And she knows this. And now she realizes she missed out. Again, look at the pictures with him and her hugging back in the days. He's hugging her. It's a look of warmth. Does that make sense? A look of warmth. I've known you. I appreciate you. I'll even say he loved her, you know? But marriage? Nah. He knew she wasn't feeling him like that. Anybody in that live chat, have you ever really liked a girl but she wasn't fucking with you? Oh, I've had a bunch of them. Nobody has ever hurt me like that, you know, but I've had a bunch of girls like that, just, you know. Yeah, what's up, Terrain? What's up? What's up with you these days? Hey, got your donation, GL. Thank you for tapping in. Area code 770. You on the line? Where's GL? I don't see you in the queue. Thank you for your support. Okay. I'll keep looking for you. Okay, I can't get to that right now. Pedro, I got your donation. Thank you. Pedro, for your support. Thank you. Is it Alex? Alex, got your donation. Thank you so much. Mark, I got your donation. Mark says, Will Smith just made a statement saying nothing. IG. Will Smith, you know, I don't like to kick his back, and I've always liked him in terms of being a rapper and, you know, the fact that he's from Pennsylvania, you know. I never thought Will Smith was corny. The level that he has achieved by way of hip-hop culture, I'll use your words, culture and rap music, through the fucking roof, you know? But it still wasn't good enough for Jada Pinkett. It wasn't good enough for her. And that's a big reason as to why a lot of us don't like her. We just don't like her. But what is good enough for you, bitch? Number one. Number two, who the fuck are you? You got the body of a 12-year-old boy. Who the fuck are you? Let's go to area code 929. Good evening. Doing research here. 929.
What's going on, brother? I mean, you know what I mean to call you brother. Talk about Jada, though, man.
Yes, sir.
She's ungrateful, man.
Let's go.
Very ungrateful, man.
Let's go.
Look what I'm saying. She already got a rapper, actor, successful. You know what I mean? Tupac is dead, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's over with, man.
Right.
First of all, I ain't with the domestic. It would have been a bloodbath in that house. So my daughter wrote a letter to a dead dude talking about she want my mother with. I said, listen, man.
Right.
I wouldn't even been dealing with it no more. That's it. It's over with. You heard? Ain't about that. But the love, you know, love is understanding. You know, love is supreme understanding. And you got to be patient. That's not patient. She's out of line, man.
Right.
She's ungrateful, man. You already got it. You got everything right now.
Yeah.
You got two. You got a boy and a girl from him. You heard? I know his ex-wife and his son, his older son's going crazy behind this. They probably talking about them like crazy. You know what I mean? But nah, she's ungrateful though, man. She got to slow down, man.
And for those who missed it, what you said was Willow wrote a letter or something. Tupac, can you please come back to make mommy happy? Yeah, that was total disrespect. Guns loaded. They had the shovel, everything in the backyard.
Yeah, everybody got to go now.
Yeah,
fuck that. You know what I mean? That's disrespectful, man. He's disrespecting me, man. You know? And you talking about a dead man? He's gone, man. You're R.I.P. to Tupac. You know what I mean? He's dead. It's over with, man. Let that fly away. You got the hot rapper.
Right.
Actor dude. He come on. He's successful. He did his thing, man. Y'all kind of save each other. Looking like a little bit. Hell, man, come on. Don't fuck it up, man.
If I can just say this on some crazy shit, they're lucky, the family, that Will Smith was not Puerto Rican. A Puerto Rican would have killed the whole family behind some type of statement like that.
I think any Latin would have did it. You tell it, man. The Dominican, she would have been done already, you
A Puerto Rican would have stabbed everybody. The fuck?
Come on, man. She violated him.
Violation.
You want mommy That nigga
Violation.
violated, man. You gotta stop being ungrateful like that. Oh, my man, Will's a good dude, man. They was back to back, him and Martin. They got successful with them shows back then, you heard?
Facts.
They doing their thing, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You got it. Stop being ungrateful and just sit back. Will, you gotta take his dick out of his pants, man. You gotta get your pimping up, baby. You heard? Step your pimping up, man.
Well, now, hang on, stay with me. You sound like a knowledgeable man. What do you think about the possibility that Will is thinking in old school terms? It's cheaper to keep her. Old school pimps.
Hang
on.
Yeah.
The old school, not just pimps, old school fathers. Fathers who had three or four families around town or in different states. They're thinking, their philosophy and ideology was, it's cheaper to keep her. I'm not divorcing nobody, divvying shit up, you know. Y'all over there, I got some kids down south. It's cheaper to keep her. Do you think Will might be on that type of time?
Like your other caller said, they might be, might be a plan. They might be planning it together. Hopefully it's that. Yeah. If they try to get that bag and they just try to make it bullshit, you know what I mean? Just to get a name relevant, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But I don't like how she acted, dude, looking at that red carpet, man. I mean, that red table, man.
Gotcha.
He looked like he was ready to choke the shit out of her, you know what I mean? He looked like he was about to choke her, man. Okay. Like, yo, he was crying. He was looking at her like, yo, what is this bitch? What is she doing, man?
Right.
She looked like Mike Tyson with Robert Gibbons. Remember that? When Robert Gibbons and Mike Tyson, you talking about him?
You going very far back. Wow, you going really far back. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So,
okay.
And she got that good. She ain't got a body like, she might got that good thing like that, man, for him to be quiet like that. I don't know. She might got that good head game or something, man. Got that boy like this.
We have to be easy, sir, the community guidelines, but thank you.
But yeah, pardon me for that. Peace. Have a good one, sir.
Peace, yes, sir. Peace. Are you alone and happy? Anybody want to call in about that particular question? If not, I'll keep it pushing. I'll finish up, I, like all of you, I'm going to die at some point. Not saying I won't die in a tragic way, but what I probably won't die of is stress. I won't die of stress. Sometimes I laugh at myself because I turn the fucking phone off. I'm still one of those people like some of your uncles, your fathers, maybe your grandfathers. When I'm watching a good movie, oh shit, this motherfucker gets turned either on silent or off. Don't stress me now, I'm at such peace when I'm at the supermarket now, shopping for what it is that I want to make myself happy, and I hear the little notification of a text. I respond like this. Who is it now? Well, what is it? But I'm not looking at the phone. I just say that. Who is it? What? I was buying some more soft shell crab. What's today? Tuesday? Saturday afternoon, buying some soft shell crab, and the fucking phone the notification for a text message. Bling, bling. I said, well, shit. Damn, they got Aggie. Hey, let me put something else on the table here because this is a research edition. Salute to those Italians out there in Staten Island, New York. Woo! Anybody up to speed on those dirty Dagos? The dirty Dagos. Huh? They're not going for the bullshit with the migrants living about 500 feet away from where their kids go to school. Woo! Out there, all up in the cameras talking about this shit ain't going down like this. My kids go to school here. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Staten Island, New York, huh? EV, I see you. Evie, how's New Dorp looking these days? I used to date a girl in New Dorp in 1986. We used to go out there and just Sleep for like 3 days after a crazy coke binge. New Dorp. Hadn't been there in decades. Staten Island ain't with the bullshit. Now, what about Chicago? What about that filthy rest haven for degenerates known as Chicago? What are you going to do? Huh? And migrants out there camping out all over the goddamn place. Now, the winter's coming, so, shit's about to get real for them. But they're housing them in schools and other places. Anybody from Chicago? What is Chi-Town going to do? Oh, you're great at killing each other. Record numbers on the weekends. 25 people killed, 40 people, 70 people. Well, you do more shootings than you do actual killings. What are they going to do now, huh? The migrant crisis. Terrence, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Star, does Jada have something on Will? Yeah, there's no prenup. There's no prenup, sir. Anything else, who would care? Who would care about what they've done, sexually? White people wouldn't care. All we would do is just make videos. It would be content for us, social engineers. Hold on a second. King Simon, where are you, sir? What area code? What area code? Folks, please say what area code. I'm looking at 26 calls. Just what area code? Please. Blade says, you see, Dr. Umar went in on Jada. Okay. How's the school going, Did he pay the taxes? Of course he's going in on Jada and everybody else. He's trying to get his weight up. Let's go to area code 347. Good evening, Research Edition 347. Jada Pinkett. Is she capping? What say you?
Greetings, Star. Greetings.
King Simon?
King Simon.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey man. Good to
Hey, how
hear
you
from
doing?
you. Good to hear you. But you have to say, Star, I'm on such and such an area code. My brain's fried.
Yeah. Well, about the lonely thing, I'm by myself right now, so no, I'm not lonely, that's for sure. I like you said, I turn off my phone at a certain time. I straighten up my bed. I keep things neat. Kitchen has to be clean. Bathroom has to be. I still follow what my mother taught me and my father. They clean every Saturday. I still do it, even if I don't have to clean.
Right.
I will still clean. And and you want to be around certain people. You might date a few people in and out, but you really be around your family. I usually definitely go and visit my grandchildren but man, there's no better peace than sometimes just laying in your own place and being quiet.
Solitude.
I enjoy
Solitude.
Solitude. As we got older, because we was in the clubs, I was in the clubs in Flatbush, Brooklyn, Manhattan.
we were in those clubs, in the dance hall clubs. We have
Exactly.
history. But now hang on a second. Again, I want to emphasize, being alone does not mean that you're lonely. I like women. I'm heterosexual.
Exactly. Me too.
I have great relationships, and I've had great relationships, and I will have more. But I'm in no rush. I have no issues.
Right.
I have no issue smashing a female. So some of these niggas got to take Cialis and what's that other shit? Viagra. I don't need none of that shit. I enjoy being alone. Yeah, I was in Lowe's 2 nights ago, late night. I think it was about 9 o'clock, buying squirrel cake and bird food in peace.
In peace.
Come on.
I was just in my backyard in peace and quiet, because sometimes you date with people and then you go and you get their habits in their house is a certain way, and I'm like, you know what, I need to get home and relax. Now, can I go to that Jada and Dame? Can I touch those topics, please, if you don't mind?
Go ahead, King Simon. Go ahead.
Remember I did back in the day. We did security after Tupac got shot the first time. We did security, and I'll tell you the truth. Jada was there at both instances.
Come on.
She was there at the hospital. She was at the court. She was there. So definitely like a friend. To me, it was more of a friend. It's no
deep relationship, but you never know between two individuals what they say to each other in the moment. But definitely was it seemed like a friend, because there was a lot of women there that came to see Tupac if he was all right at the hospital.
Yeah.
And even when he escaped one hospital, we had to take him from one hospital because he didn't want to be in that hospital unless they was all downstairs, and people was at the secret location, all of that stuff. So you'd be surprised with those two, when it came to those two. But I know I seen her. I met her. We shook hands, talked while I was doing security. And I did see her and Jasmine Guy, as a matter of fact. I see her too. So I hope she don't come up with anything next. As far as Dame and Jay-Z, probably Dame is a little hurt, and I think that's where that goes with. It goes with hurt and pain and whatever's happened and whatever transpired between them. I hope they can at least resolve it off air. They don't have to do a sit down. Could be private. They don't even have to be on no television and all that. Be men like we're 50s. Be a man, just sit down, privately talk, and that's it. Keep it moving. You don't have to show nobody all that foolishness. That's what I feel.
Now, hang on a second, King Simon.
Yes.
You are
Yes,
a
sir.
man who studies numerology. We've had discussions before.
Yes, sir.
I forget what sign and what the number and all that sort of jazz Jay-Z is.
Yeah.
Dame Dash, born on the same day as myself, May the 3rd, but I don't subscribe to astrology.
Right. Right.
Does he go to counseling? Yeah, I think he's hurt. I think he needs to move on with his life. Maybe he can't move on with his life. Again, I thought this was a good interview, but honestly, I'm sick of hearing Dame Dash interviews. It was just like, oh, man, again? Anything by way of numerology you want to add to this, please?
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you asked that, because what's so interesting is that Dame is born the same day of you, the 3rd, of course, of May, and Jay-Z is born December the 4th. Okay. Now, in numerology, the 4 and the 7 can have a weird relationship with each other if their communications are not clear, and certain secret things have been probably said behind the scenes, because in the adding of those two numbers that adds up to 7, the 7 deals with secrecy or things being revealed from the past that might come to fruition. So when I see those type of things going on, it's been going on and off. So it's and because one is a quote unquote the energy of a Sag and the energy of a Taurus, those are not really agreeable energies as far as the elements are concerned, because you got fire and earth. They're really not agreeable energies. So it was more than likely destined for them to split apart and go do their own thing. And I think Dame is all right. If he stays in what he's getting into, he really don't need Jay-Z for what he's getting into as far as metaphysics and doing all that. That's what he's doing. He's hanging out with great people like Billy Carson and all that. He's doing his thing. So, stay on that spiritual level as you're getting older, so we can just keep it moving. Because Jay is doing what he did. Somebody's more successful. But those two energies right there, it's something weird and really secretive that may have affected Jay, who holds on to things and don't forget. Because people born on the 4th do not forget. They hold into things mentally because it's a mental number. According to my book, I broke down numerovation for mental stability. There's 5 mental numbers, and he is one of the primary mental numbers that hold on to things deeply, according to the science.
I like everything you've just said, and I just want to ask you one more question. And maybe by way of numerology, this will be a better breakdown than what I and other people are bringing to the table here. Did the player get played? Did the player get played? Because Dame is one of them Harlem niggas, AJ Lester, Dapper Dan, all that fly shit. He had a show, something about the player on BET. What was that thing called? Some player, right?
I don't remember that.
I'll Google that shit.
Yeah. Right. You're terrible.
Troll Baby. What was that player show? Something. It wasn't How to Be a Player, because that was a movie with my homie Bill Bellamy. Something with the player. Damn.
Yeah, with Bill Bellamy.
Dash player. Hold on a second, BET. Did the player get played? Oh, the Ultimate Hustler. Pardon me. Ultimate Hustler. Did the Ultimate Hustler get hustled? King Simon, before you go, please.
I You and Dame Dash like that. That 3 Energy love controversy. So I'm staying away from that one because if he did get hustled,
come on.
Now, let's put it like this. You know, Brooklyn and Harlem always had a thing going on.
Right.
Come on now. Let's be real.
Right.
And Harlem never really trusts Brooklyn Negroes. And Brooklyn never really trusted Harlem back in the day.
Right.
Let's be real. I went to school to Martin Luther King High School, and the Harlem people that was there did not like us Brooklyn dudes. And we did not like them back in the day when I went to Martin Luther King High School.
Facts.
So, you know, whatever happened, that's between those two. And if he did get played, then you know he must have opened himself up to get played. Because if you're gonna get played, you opened yourself because you wasn't paying attention to all the dots, paying attention to all the dots, all the I's being dotted and all the T's being crossed. Where Jay-Z, going under that number 4 entry, they're very meticulous about and very strategic. They're chess players for real. Yeah, real good chess players. Yeah. So look at Beyonce. Beyonce born September 4th. She's a chess player. She left all them girls that she was hanging out with and singing with. And she just went. Yeah. She's a chess player. Right. And that's what she's born September 4th. That's what they do. They chess play. And they watch you and listen to you, pay attention, and watch what you're doing and see what you're going to come out with and keep on moving. They already thinking like 4 steps ahead. Yeah. If that's the case, then that's how it could have went down mathematically as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. King Simon, good to talk to you, man. Good to talk to you.
Always a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Yeah. Caught that Harlem nigga slipping. Caught that Harlem nigga slipping, huh? Pulled the rug from up under his feet before Dame could do it to him. Guys, again, in my community section, salute to Jess Prequel, okay? Great breakdown. She's a Tupac fan. Stop saying the white girl, all right? Just a Tupac fan, huh? And she said coming out the gate, excuse how I look, I can't take no more of this bullshit. And she got busy. She broke down the timeline of Jada Pinkett, you know? Tupac convicted February the 8th, 1995, and sentenced. Tupac sent to Rikers February the 14th, 1995. Will Smith calls Jada in Maryland to make the biggest mistake of his life. February the 19th, 1995. Jada flies to Hollywood February the 19th or the 20th. Caught Jada lacking, huh? What else? I think we're done. Did I ask you guys earlier why is Sexy Red winning? Did I ask you that? Ski. Big Head Coffee got your donation. Where are you? Area code 407. Are you there? Extended show 407. Thank you for your patience and your support. 407.
What's happening, big nigga?
Yes, sir.
You can hear me? I got you on speaker. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you, fly nigga. What's going on with you?
All right, man. When we gonna start? We're gonna start Jay-Z. We're gonna start Tupac. Both of my favorite rappers.
Jada. So. Let's go with Jada first. In my community section, she's been exposed in terms of lying. Lying.
This is the thing. I'm gonna take you up on your theory or assessment of it. I think she did curb Pac. I think, given where they came from, in the hood, in the city, he was a good guy, And most men, they turn into when a girl breaks their heart, they turn into like a savage, basically. So I think she was a little slum, light-skinned chick in the hood everybody liked. She probably was into the thugs. Pac tried to get at her. They was going to school together. He wrote her poems and all that because he said that on the documentaries and all of his in his interviews and stuff, and she just was like, "Nah, I ain't feeling you, too soft." Right. So when he finally gets himself up, his money up, his popularity, he's the topic of discussion. So she probably came back around like, "Hey, what's happening? What's going on now?" He was like, "Nah, he's just too busy because he's getting all these models and actresses, the Sally Richardsons and the Kadadas and all that." I think that's what it was. So I'm gonna take you up on what you're saying. I think she curbed him because he was too soft and he wasn't what she wanted. And so when he finally figured the game out, I was like, oh, being too soft is not going to get me nowhere. Maybe I need to start dissing these chicks. Maybe I just got to start curving them. That's when he got his weight up and she liked him.
If I can add to what you said, and thank you for your support, I don't think that she ever came around to him because, again, she was popping. She was on television. I don't think she ever, really acknowledged him like that. He again, hang on. She was in the mixer in Hollywood with Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This nigga's in jail, okay? I got to remind this nigga, I know him. I know you, as black women do, sir. You ain't really that smart. You got lucky. Now, let's bring her mama into it, huh? Her nothing ass mama. Wasn't her mother shooting skag between her toes, speedballing? Wasn't her mama on heroin, huh?
Yeah. Documented.
Yeah. Shooting coke and dope between her toes. So she came up under a nothing ass bitch.
Yeah.
Pardon me, that was a little rough, folks. I'll edit that part out. Came up under a nothing ass bitch. She herself was a nothing ass bitch. Talking about selling krills. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. You looked at that nigga like he was nothing, and he was just a happy-go-lucky type of nigga. He looked in the camera and he said, I'm a nice guy. The nigga died before she even gave a fuck about him. Go ahead and finish up.
Oh, I can see that. The apple don't fall that far from the tree. And a lot of times, daughters they're around the mom the most, kids are in general, but they take on the ideology of their mom. Their mom's giving them game. The mom is like, he ain't for you. He ain't, while she, Will was a come up. Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. He was locked up, Fresh Prince. We grew up on that show. He was popping. So she's going to go opposite of what, because Pac wasn't there yet. But I think after she got with Will, this is me, my perspective. I think after she got with Will, it wasn't what she thought. Because at the end of the day, money can't keep her.
And by that time, Pac was gone, sir. So she said, I'm going to roll with this nigga. This nigga's soft. But in reality, Will ain't soft. I think Will would have washed Tupac in a fight. But go ahead and finish up. Go ahead.
Oh, absolutely.
Wash that,
absolutely. On the Jay-Z tip, has anybody ever thought that, this is just me, that I think Jay-Z and Dame is deeper than what we see as the public? Because you got to keep in mind, Jay dated Aaliyah first. He had it first.
This we know. We've been down that path, sir. We've been down that path. But the question is, should Jay-Z sit down with Dame? He's hurting. He wants to sit down. That was in the interview. Did you see the interview?
Yeah, I think they should. I think they should sit down and have a conversation. It should be off, off in the background. I think so, because when you spent 10 plus years with a person grinding, going out, at least you can owe them a conversation. Even if after the conversation they still are on bad terms, he at least can give them a conversation like, hey, let's just clear the air.
Okay.
Because of the friendship and how long they've been together.
I appreciate the call, sir, and thank you for your patience. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Dr. Salute.
Sir. Are you alone and happy? The last time I'm going to ask you guys or girls. And some of you females, this may sound weird coming from a alpha male, Your destiny may not be with a man. You're older. The walls of your coochie have collapsed. You got polyps in your uterus. You got lumps and shit. I say that respectfully. So your journey now is more so a journey of self. Find peace alone. What do you call that shit that they burn there? Burn some sage. Start getting into herbal teas. What is that? Clarity said it's over. Yeah, it's over, Ride it out by yourself. You came in this goddamn life by yourself, going out by yourself. Whew. Find peace in being alone, huh? I'm at such goddamn peace. Who is this with a long ass email? Folks, please don't send me long ass paragraphs. Who is this? And I don't see a donation. Delete. I'm not reading long ass paragraphs if there's no donation attached to it. Area code 770. Is that GL? I got your donation. Salute, GL.
Go it alone. People and relationships are overrated, my friend.
Let's go.
Go it alone. I have peace in my life.
Yeah.
I walk into my house, it's the way I left it.
Right.
If I have company, they're leaving when it's time to leave. I believe in order.
I don't have company.
Help me.
I don't have company.
And there it is, man. Over time, I've just realized that when you have excess people in your life, man, they're just a bill at the end of the day. And in this day and age, man, you're going to see women just trying to just grab onto your legs, man, because winter is coming.
Yeah.
So, I say just go it alone, man. There's no reason really just to get with someone. I mean, you look at the Jada situation and Will. I mean, they live separate lives. I mean, why doesn't he just go it alone? You were saying cheaper to keep her. I don't care how much money it would cost me to divorce that woman. I would pay it, just because at the end of the day, it's about respect. If I cannot look at myself in the mirror in the morning, I don't want to be alive. You have to respect yourself.
Okay.
If the woman in your life doesn't respect you,
okay,
you got to cut her loose.
Okay.
Simple as that. And then you look at the Dame situation. Dame's nothing but the female Jada.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He's just sitting back there wanting an audience. Jay understands power. He's not going to step down levels because he only can lose.
Come on.
There's nothing for him to gain.
Come on.
In that situation. And you asked about the play. Did he get played? He played himself because he let his emotions get involved. Jay was sitting back. I saw it too when he started doing those deals with Budweiser, so on and so forth. It was a wrap.
Yeah.
Dame wants to, quote unquote, keep it real. Man, you keep it real to yourself and your business. You let emotions get involved, and you're chasing a ghost for 10 years. If they sat down, what would they even talk about?
Yeah.
Jay's thinking about today in 10 years from now, legacy. Dame wants to talk about old beef. Come on, man. Jay's too big for that.
Good point.
And one last thing in terms of Staten Island and Chicago, two totally different situations.
Yeah.
You're talking about they're exercising power in Staten Island because the men are running people out of town, and it's a matriarchal situation in Chicago. You got women up there grandstanding. They're going to get nothing. Black people are going to get pushed out of Chicago eventually. It's slowly but surely happening. And just those prisons you talked about the other day, a lot of black people are going to start filling them jails up. What do you think these migrants are here for?
Right.
They're here to take over the black situation.
Good point.
Beware.
Good point. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Extended show, goddamn. Hold on a second. Let me see if this works here. Oh, it does. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I just got. We're gonna keep going. I feel like talking. I might take another break, and we'll keep on talking. I'm fixing a banner on my screen here, guys. Also in my community section, thank you for your support. We had a great month last month on the Star Report. I put up the notification that Google sends to us via email with regards to the show. A lot of subscribers, a lot of views. Audience retention is up. Okay. Audience retention is up. Also, susglobalenterprises.com. That's a great platform if you're looking to get into the world of security, or if you yourself need any type of security. Go to that site. Please tell them I sent you. susglobalenterprises.com. Okay. Who sent it a donation? Michael, got your donation. Star Dame should have stayed. Food and beverage. Too much flossing, Too much Sam Rothstein. Well, maybe he couldn't help it. You know, I mean, again, man, that whole Harlem, you know, moving, shaking, and popping, you know, all that fly jiggy shit. That's what Harlem breeds. That's the home of elegance, class, and style, you know, savoir-faire, you know, the who's who. Hey, Mandy, I got your donation. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Okay. Someone please says, okay, okay, that's someone else I have to respond to after the show. And thank you, GL, again for your other donation. Okay. What is this? Jada Pinkett says Tupac. Okay. Thank you, Florida Boy Jay. I just want to talk about Jada Pinkett's The Lie. Jess Prequel broke it down. Reaction Tone Lit got you donation star. What was your most empowering moment? Your media stardom. Do you feel like solitude and memories of your parents' words? Like, well, sir, I'm still defining myself. My journey is self-fulfilling, self-defining, and self-enlightening. I'm still defining myself. I'm not sure what you consider to be a media impact, but my journey is self-fulfilling, self-enlightening, self-defining. My catalog and other things, I don't necessarily need it to be out there right now to be relevant. I don't want to be relevant. I don't want to be relevant in today's bullshit culture. I'm a factor. That's what's important to me, but thank you. I mean, I think I know what you're saying. But, yeah, what I do now, I like what I do now because it's just me. I don't have to play music. I don't have to give away fucking prizes. I don't have to pretend. I get the bag, you know. If that answers your question, thank you for your donation. Morrow, got your donation. Are you on the line? Area code 757. Thank you for your support. Extended show. Jada Pinkett, Dame Dash. What do you want to chime in? Morrow merch.
I want to chime in on the "Are you happy alone?" topic.
Please.
Yes. I was a single father young. And so now my sons are actually adults. Okay. So I'm at a place where like I've never experienced this much solitude my entire adult life.
Yeah. Come on. I'm ready.
Oh yeah. So I mean, now just like you said, man, you can take a bite out of a sandwich, put it in the refrigerator. You come back. You don't have to worry about an additional bite being missing from your sandwich.
Right.
You know, you come in, you come back to your home the way you left it. I'm like you. I don't entertain company at my home. I mean, I go there. Nope. You know, I don't bring people here. I go there, leave when I want to.
Yeah.
Or in the morning or whatever.
Are you from the South by any chance, sir? You from the South?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
My father, you may have heard me speak about him, from Durham, North Carolina. I thought that was the weirdest thing when I was growing up in the 70s. He wouldn't let, people in the house. And he certainly would not let my little white friends in the house because, he didn't want them touching shit. They always had to wait on the front porch or in the backyard. But listen, I didn't question things because life was good. Colored TV in the living room, wall-to-wall carpet, Dr. Pepper soda and Doritos. Hey, if that's his thing, that's his thing. But I have become him. Company?
Right.
Hell no.
Right.
Come on.
Right. I understand. Nah, but see, I never really had company because of the fact that I was a single father, because I didn't want my sons to see women in and out. You know what I mean? So I just if I was in a relationship with someone, that's different. But like if I'm just, out and about, moving around, moving, shaking, and popping, I don't have anyone come to the house because I didn't want my kids to see women in and out all of the time because I was trying to be, an example for them as a father.
Did your father talk to people?
So
Did your father talk to people on the front porch when they come to the house? He step outside, talk to them on the porch. Wouldn't let you in.
Yeah. He does.
Yeah. There was never a neighbor that came inside our home. But hey, I grew up and I said, okay, I get it now. No, I said, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm rambling. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. He'll sit on the porch and talk to you for an hour, but you ain't coming inside though.
15 minutes at the most, not no hour. But go ahead.
My pops can get long-winded, but I'm just saying,
Gotcha.
But no, real quick on the Jay-Z Dame sit down.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Based on all of the factors we already know, whether it comes from, air quotes, stealing Aaliyah to stealing money,
right,
to downplaying Jay's significance in reference to Rockefeller, like treating him like a worker, or at least trying to speak down on him like he's a worker when he part owner. Like, how you gonna talk down on me when I'm the actual talent and I'm the one that's actually bringing the money in? Like, people want to do business with me more so than you, based on you barking and screaming on everybody. So,
can I make a small correction?
Decision.
Can I make a small correction?
Sure.
Okay. I say this with all due respect. Jay didn't want Aaliyah. He didn't want her.
Okay.
He didn't.
Hang on.
Hang on, sir. I don't want to kick dirt on her memory, but niggas were passing her around. Jay smashed, yes, but Beyonce shut it down. Beyonce shut that down, and he chose Beyonce. You do know that the two of them met, Aaliyah and Beyonce, yes, at the MTV Awards. There's a video there. You see a video?
Yes, I heard you talk about it. I haven't seen the video, but I heard you talk about it. So.
See the video with Beyonce looking in her mouth, looking dead in her mouth as if, you lost this one, bitch. Anyway, I'm rambling, but no, he didn't steal Aaliyah.
He made the right decision.
He smashed and said, "Hey, take her if you want her." And we, I found out after Aaliyah's death that he was dating. I didn't even know. No, man, it's not what most people think. But go ahead, finish up. Go ahead.
No, I don't think that. Of course, it doesn't benefit Jay at all. It would only benefit Dame. But I really don't see it happening because based on the history,
right,
and everything that has already transpired, I don't really see it happening. And it can't help Jay from a business standpoint.
No, man.
It can only negatively affect the optics.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right.